Welcome all together to this new lecture. Today we will take a look at the next vocal, and this vocal sounds like eh, eh. You can imagine this vocal by maybe pronouncing the word or the name Andy. Andy, like when I read this name Andy, then when I read this first letter, I don't say Andy, I say Andy, eh. And this eh in English has an own vocal in Hebrew, and there's two of it for now. Okay, there's the Segol and the Sere. So we have the Segol and the Sere. The Segol looks like that. We have three dots that are ordered in this position. We have two, one beside the other, and the third dot is under the first two. This is called the Segol, and it's pronounced like e, like in Andy, e. So that would be, let me just make this in a color, that would be this sound, okay, this vocal. The second one that sounds exactly the same, the Sere, has two dots. So it looks kind of familiar to the first one, but there's one dot missing, and that's the third one in the middle. Let me just make it a little bigger so you can see that it's almost the same thing, but there's this one last dot under the first two that's missing. So when you see these two signs here, these are vocals and they're pronounced eh, like in Andy, eh. So let's take some examples, and I believe you all know this example. If you don't know, that's no problem. You just learn it now. Let's take a look at this word. So we have the word starts with an aleph, and then follows a lamed. So we recognize in the last lectures that we read from right to left and from top to bottom. So let's do that here. First, we start with aleph. It's the sound. Then follows an e. So e. So this is together e. Then continues to the lamed el. Okay, el. And el means God. God. So this is God. Okay. The next word I want to take a look at is this one. I'll write it down. You try to pronounce it when you see it. Looks like that. So how do you pronounce this word? How do you read it? Let's start again. It's the ayin. Remember, the ayin is the same as aleph for us in new Hebrew pronunciation. So we have the ayin, then comes the e, then it goes to the tav. So it means time in Hebrew. So when you read it, it means time when you translate it. The next word I want to take a look at is a little bit longer. So it looks like that. Let's use the Segol also. So let's try to do that. We start with this very difficult letter, resh. So remember the gurgling method? So if you practiced it enough, try to say it. If you are not able to say it, then just say the rolling R, like r, okay? So it's r, then comes the e, then follows the Gimel, then again an E, and then the Lamed. So let's do that all together. Then we have Re, Ge, L. Regel, regel. And regel means foot. Okay, foot. Regel. And now let's mix some vocals together from the last lecture, from the lecture now. Let's take that one. Oh, that's the wrong color here. I'm sorry for that. Let's take the right color here. So, I hope you can see that. Yeah. So that's a very difficult word because we have this throat thing, what we did by when you learned it with the strangling method, and then we have this thing that we learned with gurgling. So that's the most important or most difficult letters you have in the Hebrew alphabet for you as a English-speaking person. So let's start. Let's try it. Okay, let's start with the chet. Remember, just try it with with strangling yourself. So try to take a breath, and this is how you can practice it. So this is chet. Then we have a, so a in the end. It's pronounced in Hebrew. So cha, tzade, nicht? C, and then comes the r. So altogether it makes cha, C, R, Chatzer, Chatzer. And so Chatzer means the court or the front court. You know, this is in the temple, if you know what I mean. So let's write it. It's the court or the front court. That's Chatzer. So let's try to do it again together. It's El, this is God, then Et, Regel, Chatzer. Okay, try to practice these words, and if you master them, then go on to the next lecture. I hope you had fun till now, and see you in the next lecture.